And I'll tell you what it is told our team, and I think this is pretty much it. Defensively, we got a chance to be very good. Got to keep working, keep improving. I think they showed that today. Kicking-wise, I think we can be very good. We got good kickers, got some good return guys. We didn't see much of the returns today, but I really feel like that can be a good part of our game. And then offense, we got to get more consistent. We've heard that before, but in catching the balls, you drop a ball and it kills the drive, and the blocking up front. I can tell you, there's more to our offense than we showed today, but we also started out trying to get a good foundation, and I think we've done that. I thought it'd be more running plays that would pop for more yardage today. And it's going to be interesting to go back and look at this video and see who did what and how they did it and so forth. But I mean, it's just we got to function in a more. And a part of that is evaluating the talent. You end up with a lot of guys out there today. But there's not going to be a lot of guys there. It's going to line up against Alabama. We got to determine who are those guys, and let's get better and play more consistent. And I think that's kind of where our football team is. But what is today is kind of where we are right now. I think a good defense, good kicking game, and an offense that's got to play, got to function better. And I made the point. I don't know if you guys remember, but Ernest Wilford dropped a touchdown pass would have beaten Miami, and what he did that next summer is go out and catch about 100 balls a day, and so we got some guys that need to catch about 100 balls a day. And because they got talent, we need to be there every play and not be good one play and not so good the next. But some of them are young, and and the other thing I'll say is team we were today. It's not important where we are today. It's important where we can get to. When we line up against Alabama, and that means a whole summer working, getting stronger conditioning, catching balls. We don't have to be the same group when we line up against Alabama that we were today. All right, questions.
Frank, taking into account the fact that you do have a very small amount of your offense sort of installed at this point, would you have hoped that by the end of the spring you would have had a more clear idea of just who your number one and number two backs would be? I know you have a good sort of trio idea with Holmes and Coleman and Edmonds, but do you have a real clear idea of who the number one and number two guys are in that group and what needs to happen there?
I think we can evaluate, and I think we've got a more clear idea than we've got a long personnel meeting on Monday, and we're going to discuss all those things. But I think it's very clear that you got to get a couple guys and let them work, and we're going to get there. That's what's going to happen. A couple guys and let them work.
Coach, how concerned are you with the interceptions Logan threw? Were they plays that the defense recognized and could jump, or were they bad throws locked onto a guy?
Yeah, take a look at it. I thought the first one, Green, and Green's had a great spring. I tell you, he's really impressed me with his toughness, and I think he made a great break on the ball. But usually you can always go back and, either it was a bad or not the right throw or not the right route. But, we'll take a look at that on video. But, and the second, Riley on the second one, I thought he made a good break on it too. So, I think it's some good defensive plays, but plays that probably shouldn't have occurred offensively.
Frank, more than 4 months before you line up against Alabama, and depth charts can change, but you've got a true freshman there at left tackle on the offensive line. Clearly that would be unusual. Just your impressions of McLaughlin and where he's come this spring.
Yeah, I think he's made of the right stuff, and he's kid that's been in prep school for a year, and those guys are a year more mature, and usually when they spend a year in prep school, football is important to them. It's not easy. I think getting through a year. I think it's good for him, but it's not. Football's got to mean something, and it does, and. He's got some toughness, and again, we're going to evaluate all those guys. But I think right now, it's about 8 guys that we got to depend on, and get them ready to go in the offensive line.
Speaking generally about the spring, not so much today, I know one of the themes was sort of toughness and attitude and things like that. How far do you think you guys have come in that department, and how much further?
I think, I don't really question, physical toughness. I think sometimes the mental toughness, got to get in there too. I think that affects you to the end of the ball game, how you play, in the fourth quarter. But I think, we continue to work. I think it's with Coach Gentry getting in there, and then I think they will continue to emphasize things, in the preseason next fall. And then, I think it'll show up in different parts of the game next fall. I would, we got a lead in the fourth quarter. You want to hold on to the lead, and when you need to score in the fourth quarter, you want to be able to do that. So, I think it'll show up.
Frank, when you guys set that 13 points to kind of even things out, did you assume that the first team would be able to overcome that? Or?
Well, I think it. Yeah, in the end, you're trying to get to where the game is close in the fourth quarter. So that you find out things about your football team in the fourth quarter. Now, what I found out, maybe some of those second team guys need to be first team guys. Because it's first team against the rest, and then that's what happens a lot of times. You're say it's first team against second team, and that drives a second teamer, and then you start giving points, and that really drives a second teamer. But then the other side of it is, I wanted our first team guys to really drive to make up the difference, and so I credit with our second teamers on down. I mean, they did the job today, and the 2 interceptions were the big thing.
Coach Beamer, your tight ends had 7 catches for over 100 yards today between McCray and Malik. Obviously, the tight end production wasn't as what you would want it to be last year, but do you see Coach Loeffler trying to make it so that the tight ends play a big part in the offense?
Yeah, I think, like you just said, if tight ends get down there and get open, we'll throw it to them. But I do think Malik has got a chance to be a very good tight end. I think he's one of those guys that needs to catch about 100 a day. I mean, he's got good hands and has been very good for the most part, but he's, dropped a couple. And I think Zach McCray, I want him to be more stronger. Mentally think about it and learn over the summer, and he's a guy I think could fit in. He made a nice run at a catch, and then it was going to be a tough catch there at the end, but he had a chance to make it. So, but I think he's another guy that gives us a chance. He's got athletic ability where he can catch it and go, and he's got size, and so I'm hoping he's a good player that I hope is going to be a lot better player next fall.
Frank, you can't overlook the 3 interceptions, but what are your overall thoughts on Logan today, and where is he now compared to where he was at the end of last season?
You know, I think he's further along. He had a great day here a couple days ago, and he had a couple in there early that probably wasn't such good throws. But I think Logan always gives you the ability that he's going to be right back. He's not a guy that's up and down guy. He's not. You know, I think all of us, even good golfers, have bad shots sometimes. But, you know, how you react to those shots, what you do after those shots. And in my opinion, Logan will always be right back. Every play might not be perfect, but, you know, I got a strong belief in Logan that when it's fourth quarter time, I think he'll be good.
Linebackers, there's some questions about that there. Do you see anything like today? Anything concerning?
Yeah, you know, I thought Tariq got in there and he played well, and we know Jack Tyler's, you know he's a proven guy, and Tariq too. It was a question with Tariq getting back to where he was, and looked like to me out there sometimes he's back where he was. So that'd be a big plus for our football team.
Hey, Frank, with how little of the offense has actually been put in, how kind of handcuffed were you offensively today to actually put on an impressive display?
Well, I thought, you know, you got rules in the spring game, and you know, rules defensively was really in the pass rush of no more than 4. And so, I mean, it worked both ways. So I thought we had a chance to be more productive. You know, we allow defense if it's short yardage or if it's inside the 8 to use the full package. You know, in other words, give them a chance to keep people off the board. But you know, it kind of worked both ways. That both. I think it gave the defense a chance to, you know, say, okay, can we sit here in the base defense and be pretty good? And it gave our offense a chance to if he can block them and execute, then we could score points.
Frank, I know that Scott had some reservations about the goal line sets last week in the scrimmage. I mean, did you feel, I know you only had the one opportunity today, did you feel like you didn't see the improvements you wanted to see out of those sets?
I think it's that's going to be a continuous thing too, and again we'll spend a lot of time on that in preseason practice. But you know, I think with everything, having options off of plays gets to be real important. You know, everything has you run a play, but you got a counter play or a pass play off of it, and all that's not there yet. But so you know, I think the verdict's still out.
Any other questions for Coach?
Thank y'all.
Okay,